Men of Reddit, would you take a male contraceptive pill if it was readily available? Why not? Yes. Makes more sense to unload the gun than shoot at a bulletproof vest. Without a doubt. I hate the idea of a vasectomy, nervous about the procedure. But I'd 100% take a male contraceptive pill. To be honest, I had a vasectomy and it does hurt while healing, like any operation. And I was unlucky, and even years later I can have a sensitive day where I wouldn't want my wife to play roughly with my balls as usual. I don't regret having the procedure at all though, #X200B, but I trust the mechanical solution of a vasectomy much more than I would trust some chemical reaction hormone treatment to not result in weird unknown side effects. In the end I would trust both, after they are thoroughly tested and scientific sound practices, but from the gut feeling, the vasectomy is easily understandable and just a short ovate time procedure. When I was having my vasectomy done, my doctor scared me a bit. He had me open and was rooting around in my coin purse and doing his thing, and he made a bit of a sound. I was like, everything okay, doc? Since that is not a sound you want to hear coming from a doctor working on your boys. He said, yeah, you just have a bleed somewhere I'm having trouble finding. He spent an extra 10 minutes in there, and the local was starting to wear off. I started feeling a dull ache when he finally got me sewed up. He said that was the least smooth vasectomy he had done in a while. So yeah, folks shouldn't worry. If that's as bad as it gets, it's not that bad. He spent an extra 10 minutes in there, and the local was starting to wear off. My doc said, I've attached the anesthetic, so I can give you more at any time. If it starts to ache or hurt, tell me. There's no point in you suffering. At one point it did start to ache a bit. I told him, he said okay, and literally 10 seconds later the ache was gone. Edit, a word, kind of a crucial one, but one nonetheless. My doc said he drowned my balls in anesthetic to the point where it would ooze out of the incision sites. Lol. He said, that's why they call me Dr. Numbnuts. Hilarious. I strongly believe that urologists are some of the funniest doctors. It's this kind of self-deprecating humor that can only come from working on dicks all day. Mine had me laughing pretty consistently throughout the procedure. Yes, I have this theory that every man's phone alarm would go off at the same time at the bar, and we would raise our BC pill in the air to cheers, all taking it at the same time. This is the universe I want to live in. As a woman, this is the universe I want to live in too. I would go broke buying them all shots for being so responsible. Lol. The alcohol renders the pill useless. Monkey's paw curls. Starts to play the violin fervently. Of course. Don't want my Kleenex box getting pregnant. Aw, so that's where those mini packs come from. Are you trying to say the stork doesn't bring them? Everything I've been told was a lie. Those responsible for the lies have been sacked. Those responsible for sacking those who lied have also been sacked. Yes. I world prefer both genders have birth control and that both are actively using it to give the best possible chance of no accidental pregnancies. Easy. Just wait till you reach 60 and have sex. Never fails to work every time. Edit, yes, I'm aware men are still viable beyond 60. Lol. The last sentence was a double entendre. Either it works in preventing pregnancies or it works in doing just that. Do you mean if you're having sex with a woman who has undergone menopause? Otherwise, men are making viable sperm until they die. My 68-year-old dad and my 3-year-old sister confirm that. I know what you mean. But it took me a moment. Yep, that moment was a wild ride. It really was. I also went on the ride. It took someone else's comment to get me off. I know what you mean. But it took me a moment. Yes. Because there's no better feeling than deploying the troops behind enemy lines without the worry of one of them becoming a POW for 18 years. Edit, haha. Glad y'all like my euphemism. 9 years on Reddit and my top comment is about cream pies. I'm already on it, it's called face personality. Abso-ducking-lutely yes, a million times yes. Straight away, it would be a dick move if I expected my girlfriend to take stuff if I'm not willing to. I would do in a blink as well? Do you know what kind of toll 3 vasectomies have on a person? Snip snap snip snap. Serenity by January. Good luck paying me back on your $0 a year salary plus benefits, babe. Sure, I see no reason not to. I'm curious what other use effects it would have. My sister originally started taking the pill to regulate acne and mood. I wonder if male birth control would do similar things. I wonder what kind of side effects it might have, and then men will have to decide if they accept the risks like women have had too. I eagerly got the birth control pill the second I was legally able to. My skin cleared up, I lost a bunch of weight, my frequent migraines almost completely disappeared, and my mood stabilized. It was amazing. I love the beneficial side effects it gave me in addition to keeping me from an unintended pregnancy. Unfortunately, I also developed a rare side effect, permanently elevated blood pressure. Developed at 18 years old while in the best shape of my life, didn't smoke or have any other outside factors leading to developing it, no family history. I immediately got off birth control and it stayed elevated. Now I have to be on prescriptions for blood pressure for the rest of my life or risk heart attack or stroke because took birth control for 2 years. I'm sorry that happened to you. Frown, that sucks. All the great effects you got, I got the opposite. No high blood pressure, but breakout, moody, gained weight. Didn't help with the pain either. All these men are, of course I'll take it, but in reality the pill has so many side effects for so many. True, but I like to think I'd take it to stop my spouse from having to go back on it once we've finished having children. In reality I'll likely just get the snip rather than her having to run the associated risks of birth control. Oh yes, 100%. The only reason I'd be hesitant is I'm very likely to forget. This is the reason I never went on the pill and got a coil instead. Same, but the arm implant for me. Can't forget something jammed into your skin. Hashtag X200B, and bonus points since COVID since I can make loonies think I got microchipped. I do clarify after before anyone thinks I'm actually spreading fake news. TBF, in my experience anyone gleefully bragging about being microchipped is pretty clearly being sarcastic, and I usually chuckle. I'd die laughing if you did that with me, lol. You hope, but man, some people in the 2020s you really gotta emphasize sarcasm. Think I'd probably still rely on rubbers shooting a load without one and relying on it being blanks. I'd be too paranoid about it. Rubbers will still help against things other than pregnancy too, so wearing them is still a good idea. It's not a factor in exclusive couples, though. Nah, my wife gets infections out of nowhere all the time. Edit, my silly joke backfired. Know what you mean, bud. Mine even got pregnant off a toilet seat at her office Christmas party. These things happen. That's weird, my girlfriend said the same thing. Do you by chance know anyone named Katie? That is my wife's name, but it can't be her. She has no boyfriend, silly, she just has a friend who happens to be a boy. He's a cool guy, he even bought me a pair of noise-canceling headphones for when he comes over for one of their wrestling sessions. Jack? Is that you? No. Source, he gay. Same. I mean, me and my husband keep trying for kids but it just isn't happening. Have you tried turning him off and on again? Ah, a robosexual. Honestly, I would, because I hate the fact how it ducks with my girlfriend's body and I rather deal with it than her edit. Thank you all for responding. Me girlfriend doesn't like using condoms but will if need to. But I do hear there are male birth control coming out and I will research it, and I have asked her to stop taking them because it has messed up her hormones a lot, so I won't mind using condoms. Absolutely ruins my day when I think about what a hormonal disaster the implant has been for her. It doesn't even bother her that much, but why should she have to deal with any of it at all? Saving up for a vasectomy so it can all just be done with. I had the implant for 6 years and while it was great at keeping babies away, it wrecked me. I gained weight, I was depressed and my sex drive was almost non-existent. I started to believe there was something wrong with me. We had to schedule sex, Sunday mornings, because even though I never wanted it, I knew that was also unfair to my husband who did want it and was getting hurt when I would reject his attempts. When we finally decided to have a kid and get the implant removed, my sex drive exploded. We thought maybe it was baby fever, and then we thought it was pregnancy hormones, but even after my sex drive has stayed sky high. So my husband went to Dr. Snip in Seattle, that is his business name, and got a vasectomy, and it's been possibly the best thing to ever happen to our relationship. He can hardly even keep up with me anymore, and he hasn't felt the sting of rejection in over a year.